Part 1. The hidden world beneath reality. When we look around, the world feels solid. Everything seems stable, predictable, and grounded in logic. A table feels firm under your hands. A building stands tall, held by beams of steel and concrete. The sun rises, the wind blows, and gravity always pulls us down. It all feels consistent, trustworthy, real, but the deeper you look, truly look, the more that certainty begins to fade. You zoom in closer than the eye can see, closer than a microscope can show. First you find molecules, then atoms, and you think this must be it, the smallest building blocks of life. But you'd be wrong. Inside every atom lies a strange hidden world, smaller than protons, smaller than neutrons, a place where electrons don't orbit in neat circles like planets. No, they blur and flicker like ghosts unsure of where to be. You've just stepped into the quantum realm, a reality so small, so mysterious, it defies everything we thought we knew. I used to believe atoms were the end of the line, the smallest things in existence, neat little Lego pieces snapping together to build the universe. But what lives inside those atoms makes them look gigantic. It's not just tiny, it's beyond tiny, it's unfathomable. This realm is not made of certainties, but probabilities. In our world. Things either are or they aren't. A light is either on or off. A coin is either heads or tails. But in the quantum world, things can exist in both states. At the same time, imagine a particle that can be in two places at once, not metaphorically, literally. It doesn't just sit in one spot, it spreads out. It hovers in potential, and it only chooses where to be once you observe it. That sounds impossible, it sounds like science fiction, and yet it's science fact. This is not theory. This is not speculation. It's been tested, observed, repeated in labs across the world. Particles blink in and out of existence. Matter behaves like both a wave and a solid. Things teleport. Effects happen before causes. In this strange realm, even time seems to wobble. It's like we're living inside a magic trick, one where the magician isn't hiding the truth behind sleight of hand, but showing us the real rules of the universe, rules we've only just begun to understand. And the most mind-bending part, this strange world doesn't just exist far away, in labs or deep in space. It's happening right now inside you, inside the atoms that make up your hands, your brain, your breath. Beneath your skin is a realm where reality itself dances with uncertainty. When we think of real, we think of what we can touch, what we can measure, what we can see, but the quantum world asks us to let go of that need for certainty. It whispers a deeper truth, that what we call reality is only one layer of a vast, interconnected mystery. It's like falling through a rabbit hole, only this isn't Wonderland, it's the foundation of existence, and at this level the rules are written in riddles. Paradoxes are not mistakes, they're features, and uncertainty isn't failure, it's the fabric of creation itself. So next time you look around and think the world is simple, and still remember this. Beneath the surface, beneath what your eyes can see, there is an ocean of motion, a dance of particles, a realm where the impossible is not only possible, it's the norm. This hidden world is always there, waiting, watching, shaping everything you experience, and maybe, just maybe, it's waiting for you to wake up to it. You are entangled with everything in the quantum world. Nothing exists in isolation. Every particle, every vibration, every flicker of energy, it's all connected in ways we're only beginning to grasp. There's a phenomenon at the heart of this hidden realm that defies all logic and bends our very understanding of reality. It's called quantum entanglement. Imagine this. Two particles are created together, like twins. You separate them. One goes to the other side of the room, the other across the galaxy. But what you do to one instantly affects the other. No delay, no message sent, just instant reaction. As if the universe itself is skipping space and time. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance, because even he, the great mind behind relativity, couldn't make sense of it. And yet it's been proven, over and over. Entangled particles respond to each other faster than the speed of light, faster than any known signal could travel. So what does that mean for us? It means we're not separate. We've never been. You're not just a person standing alone on a planet. You are a wave in a vast ocean of energy. Every atom in your body has touched the stars. Every breath you take contains molecules once exhaled by ancient trees, wild animals, even people long gone. You are entangled with everything. The air, the earth, the sky, the people you meet, and even the ones you never will. It's not just a poetic idea. It's a scientific truth. We are part of a quantum web, a living matrix of energy and information that flows through all things. This changes how we see connection. In the everyday world, we think of connection as physical, emotional, or mental. We call someone a friend or a stranger based on proximity or shared experience. But at the quantum level, connection is not something you build, it's something you are. Every choice you make ripples across this field. Every thought, every emotion, every intention, it sends vibrations into the fabric of reality. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in a drop. And if you truly understood that, deep down, not just in your mind, but in your being, how would you live? Would you be more kind? Would you pause before hurting someone, knowing their pain is tied to yours? Would you forgive more easily, realizing separation is an illusion? Quantum entanglement doesn't just connect particles. It connects purpose. It connects destiny. When one part of the system changes, the whole system feels it. Your healing contributes to the healing of others. Your joy lifts more than just yourself. Your clarity echoes through the lives of people you may never meet. We've been taught to see the world through the lens of separation. Me versus you, us versus them. But the quantum realm reminds us of a greater truth. There is no true other. There is only one field, one consciousness, dancing in many forms. You are not just observing the universe. You are co-creating it, right now, with your awareness, with your attention, with your presence. So the next time you feel alone, disconnected, or lost in the noise of the world, remember this: you are deeply woven into the very structure of reality. You are not outside the story, you are the story, and that means your choices matter. Your energy matters. You matter, on a level far beyond what the eyes can see. Because in this hidden quantum dance, everything is touching everything else, and through that touch, a new reality is constantly being born. You are the observer and the creator. If there's one principle from quantum physics that quietly shakes the foundations of how we see life, it's this: the observer changes the observed. It sounds unbelievable, but it's one of the most well-documented phenomena in science. In the quantum realm, particles don't settle into a fixed state until they're observed. Before that, they exist as a cloud of possibilities, like every outcome is waiting to happen. All at once, when no one is watching, a particle can be everywhere. But the moment you look at it, just look, it chooses a place. Observation collapses possibility into reality. What does that mean outside the lab? It means your attention has power. Your focus is not passive. It's creative. You are not just witnessing the world, you are helping to shape it. Every time you focus your awareness, every time you bring your consciousness to something, whether it's a thought, a decision, a person, a dream, you are influencing how it unfolds. That's not metaphor. That's the hidden truth of the universe. Let that sink in. You are not a bystander in this life. You are the observer, and the observer in the quantum world is the creator. Your mind is not separate from matter. They are part of the same dance. Your beliefs, your expectations, even your emotions, they subtly shape the field around you. Not because of magic, but because consciousness and reality are entangled at the most fundamental level. If you expect to fail, the field responds. If you believe something is possible, even when it's wildly out of reach, the quantum world listens. It doesn't guarantee outcomes, but it shifts the probability, it adjusts the field. And suddenly what once seemed impossible becomes just a little more likely. That's the power of belief. That's the hidden force behind intention. And that's why your thoughts are not just thoughts. They are blueprints, tiny instructions sent into the quantum field, waiting to take shape. This power isn't about wishful thinking. It's not about pretending. It's about conscious creation, showing up with presence, choosing what to focus on, tuning into what really matters. When you live unconsciously on autopilot, you hand that creative power over to fear, doubt, and distraction. But when you become aware, when you wake up to the truth that your attention shapes your reality, you reclaim your role as a co-creator of your life. So what are you observing? What are you giving your energy to? Because the universe is listening. It's not judging. It's not deciding for you. It's reflecting. Like a perfect mirror, it reflects what you bring to it. If you focus on scarcity, you feel lack. If you tune into possibility, doors begin to open. If you see the world as hostile, you'll find reasons to be afraid. But if you choose to see with compassion, even pain can lead to growth. This is not about denying difficulty. Life will always have challenge. But in the quantum view, challenge is not the end. It's the canvas, and your awareness is the brush. Even in the darkest moments, you still have the power to shift the frame, to notice the good, to reach for clarity, to ask a different question. And in doing so, you change what's possible. Remember, the field of infinite potential doesn't sit outside of you. You are part of it, made from it, moved by it, and connected to all things through it. So choose wisely where you place your gaze, because what you observe becomes real. And maybe, just maybe, the reality you're longing for is already waiting for you. All it needs is for you to look. Part 4. You are energy in motion. Look past the skin, the bones, the labels and identities. We are not as solid as we seem. At our core, we are not matter. We are energy, moving, vibrating, becoming. Every atom in your body is made of energy fields, and those fields are not static. They are always in motion, always shifting, responding, interacting with the world around you. You are not a thing, you are a process, a living vibration, a frequency in this great orchestra of existence, and like every note in music, your frequency affects the whole. Science has shown us something beautiful. Your emotions, your thoughts, even your intentions, they carry energy. They can be measured. They have weight. They radiate beyond your body like ripples in water. When you feel joy, you vibrate higher. When you feel gratitude, your whole energy system aligns. When you feel love, not just romantic love, but deep, present, compassionate love, your vibration resonates with the very frequency of life itself, and people feel it even without a word. Have you ever walked into a room and felt tension, even if no one said anything, or felt comfort just by being near someone? That's energy. That's vibration. That's your invisible presence speaking louder than sound. You are an emitter, a broadcaster, a walking transmitter of frequency, and you get to choose what you broadcast. The truth is, most people live unaware of this. They're tuned into the noise, stuck in cycles of stress, fear, distraction. And the more they tune into that channel, the more their energy reflects it. Lower, denser, tired. But you You can shift. You don't need to fix everything in the outside world to change your frequency. You start from within. You slow down. You breathe. You become aware of your energy, not as a concept, but as a felt experience, a tingling, a warmth, a pulse in your chest, a calm in your center. You start tuning into what nourishes your energy: nature, silence, laughter, stillness, music, movement, kindness. You begin choosing what to hold and what to release, because not everything deserves a place in your field. Not every argument needs your attention. Not every fear is yours to carry. Not every pressure from the outside world needs to become part of your vibration. You can learn to let go, to forgive, to soften, to rise. And as your energy shifts, your reality shifts. You start attracting different situations, new people, unexpected opportunities, not by force, but by frequency. Like tuning into a new radio station, you begin to receive a new song. And that's not spiritual fluff. That's energetic law. In physics, it's resonance. In your life, it's transformation. You begin to live in alignment, not with the noise of the world, but with the truth of your being. Because underneath it all, beneath the patterns and programs and wounds, you are pure energy, alive, powerful, sacred. And when you align your energy with intention, presence, and love, you become magnetic, not in a flashy, egoic way, but in a quiet, deep, natural way, like a river flowing in its right course, like light finding its way through the clouds. So if you've been feeling lost, heavy, or stuck, come back to the truth. You are not your past. You are not your fears. You are not the noise. You are energy. You are motion. You are potential in its most beautiful form. And with each breath, each choice, each moment, you get to shape your frequency. So rise gently, breathe deeply, feel your being, and remember, your vibration is not a reaction to the world. It is your gift to it. At 5, the field responds to the heart. If the mind is the observer, then the heart is the guide. In the quantum world, intention is not just about thought. It's about feeling. It's about emotion, because emotion is energy in motion. And the most coherent, the most powerful of these energies come from the heart. Modern science now confirms what ancient traditions always knew: the heart is more than a pump. It's an intelligent system. It has its own neurons, its own magnetic field, one that's stronger than the brain's. And when the heart and mind work in harmony, the whole body aligns. This is called coherence. When you're in coherence, your heart and brain send synchronized signals through your entire body. Your nervous system calms. Your immune system strengthens. Your intuition sharpens. Your energy field becomes clearer, stronger, more radiant. And the quantum field, responds, because in that coherent state, you're no longer chaotic. You're focused, you're open, you're vibrating with clarity, with balance, with wholeness. You're not forcing reality, you're partnering with it. This is where manifestation becomes real, not as wishful thinking, but as a deep state of resonance. You hold a vision, you feel it in your heart, not with desperate longing, but with grounded belief, with gratitude, as if it's already real, and that feeling, that vibration, sends ripples into the quantum field. Ripples that interact, combine, collide, and return to you in unexpected ways. It doesn't mean every dream will appear overnight. It doesn't mean you'll control every outcome. But it means you begin living in alignment with your vision, instead of chasing it from a place of lack. You begin attracting experiences, people, and synchronicities that match your vibration. And the more consistent you are, the more you return to your heart, the more magnetic you become. But here's the truth many miss: the heart doesn't respond to lies. You can't fake coherence. You can't trick the universe with words. You must feel it, you must become it. That's why healing matters. When you carry resentment, pain, or fear in your heart, your signal becomes distorted. It's not about being perfect. It's about being real. It's about softening the armor, facing the wounds, letting go of what no longer belongs. Only then can the heart return to its natural state, peaceful, open, radiant. And in that state, you begin to live differently. You no longer seek validation. You no longer need to control everything. You stop chasing love or success and start becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts it. You don't live from fear. You live from presence, from clarity, from the deep knowing that the field around you, the quantum world, responds not just to your thoughts, but to the energy behind them. So ask yourself, what am I feeling? Where am I vibrating from? Am I rooted in fear or love? Because love, not the romantic kind, but the universal, compassionate, courageous kind, is the highest frequency you can hold. It unites, it heals, it opens doors that logic never could. When your heart leads, your life flows, not without challenge, but with meaning, with connection, with alignment. So breathe into your heart. Place your hand on your chest and feel it. This is your center, your compass, your truth. You don't have to force your way forward anymore. You don't have to figure everything out. You simply need to return again and again to the wisdom of your heart. And from there, let the field take care of the rest. Because when the heart is in harmony, the universe responds. Part 6. Becoming the observer. There is a quiet power in stepping back. Most of us live entangled in our thoughts, our emotions, our roles. We react, we defend, we chase, we fear, we believe everything the mind tells us. But there is another way to live, a deeper way, a freer way. It begins when you become the observer, not the judge, not the fixer. The observer, you begin to notice your thoughts. Without becoming them, you watch your emotions rise and fall. Without drowning in them, you feel your body, sensations, without resisting them. In that space, between the stimulus and the response, you discover your power, because you are not your mind. You are not your pain. You are not your past. You are the awareness beneath all of it. This awareness is still, it is vast, it is unshaken, it sees clearly, even when life becomes chaotic, and it's always been with you. Think about it, the version of you that watched your childhood, that experienced your teenage years, that felt heartbreak or joy or loss. That presence behind the scenes has always been the same. That's the observer, the timeless witness. When you rest in that space, the world softens. You no longer react from habit. You respond from clarity. You no longer spiral into fear. You hold space for it and let it pass. You don't fight reality. You meet it with compassion, with curiosity, with courage. This shift is everything, because the moment you stop identifying with your pain, your story, or your ego, is the moment they begin to lose their grip. You can feel anger, but you don't become it. You can hear the voice of fear, but you don't follow it. You become free, not because life is perfect, but because you are no longer trapped inside it. You become the calm within the storm, the light within the dark, the space between the notes, and in that space something sacred emerges, presence, pure, grounded, open presence, not trying to get anywhere, not resisting what is, just being fully here. And from this presence your life begins to shift. Decisions become clearer, relationships deepen, reactions dissolve, and the things that once consumed you become small, because the truth is you are vast. You are not the waves, you are the ocean beneath them. You are the sky, not the clouds. You are the silent witness, eternal, aware, awake. But here's the paradox. The more deeply you observe, the more gently you engage. You don't detach from life. You return to it more fully, more consciously, more lovingly. You begin to live from the inside out, not based on what the world demands, but based on what your soul knows. And the observer in you becomes the guide. So next time your mind races, pause, notice it. Next time your emotions overwhelm, breathe, witness them. Next time you feel lost in thought, come back to now, to the breath, to the body, to the body, to the stillness beneath the noise. Because the more you practice observing, the more you remember who you truly are, not a role, not a label, not a reaction, but awareness itself, silent, powerful, free. At 7, the art of letting go. We carry so much: memories, regrets, failures, expectations that were never ours to begin with, pain we never asked for, stories we've told ourselves 1,000 times about who we are, what we lack, what went wrong. But what if freedom isn't about gaining more? What if it's about letting go? Letting go isn't weakness. It's not giving up. It's not forgetting. Letting go is choosing peace over control. It's loosening your grip on things you can't change. It's no longer dragging yesterday into today, because every time you hold on to pain, you're reliving it, rewinding it, letting it echo in your nervous system, in your energy field, in your future. And the truth is, some doors closed because they were never meant to stay open. Some people left because their part in your story was complete. Some chapters ended, not because you failed, but because you grew, and growth requires space. When you let go of the weight you were never meant to carry, you rise. You breathe deeper. You see clearer. You move lighter. But letting go doesn't always feel like relief. Sometimes it feels like grief, like standing at the edge of everything you've known and choosing to step into the unknown. That takes courage. It takes trust. It takes surrender. Surrender doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop trying to force a river to flow backwards. It means you trust the process, even when you don't understand it. You trust the timing, even when it's painful. You trust yourself, even when you're still healing. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you could do is release. Release the anger. Release the blame. Release the tight grip on how you thought it should have gone. Not because it didn't matter, but because your peace matters more. There's wisdom in the wound, but you don't need to keep picking it open. You can honor the lesson and still let the pain go. You can remember without reliving. You can heal without holding on. And when you do, something shifts. You begin to open. You make space for something new, new thoughts, new energy, new people, new possibilities. Because when you unclench your fist, you can finally receive. Letting go is an act of faith. Faith in yourself, faith in the journey. Faith that what's meant for you won't require you to suffer forever just to keep it. So breathe, exhale the weight you've been carrying. Feel the tension leave your shoulders. Let your heart soften and tell yourself it's okay to let go. It's safe now. You've done your best, you've learned, you've grown, you've survived, and now it's time to live, not in the past, not in the fear, but here, in this moment, fully present. Flee free, because letting go isn't about loss. It's about reclaiming who you are without all the heaviness. It's about remembering that your worth isn't tied to your wounds. It's about rising, not despite what happened, but because you chose not to stay there. So let the past be a teacher, not a prison. Let the memories be sacred, but not your master, and walk forward with empty hands, but a full heart, because what's ahead of you is greater than what you've left behind. Conclusion. Awakening to a new reality. Now, as the pieces come together, something begins to shift inside you. You realize that the world you once thought was solid, fixed, and predictable is far more fluid, mysterious, and alive than you were ever taught. Beneath the surface of everyday life lies a hidden universe, one governed not by certainty, but by energy, intention, and possibility. You are not a passive observer, you are a co-creator. The quantum realm has shown us that reality is shaped not by what we see, but by what we believe, feel, and focus on. The particles of our life dance to the rhythm of our inner world. Our thoughts send out signals, our emotions broadcast frequencies, and the universe listens, but it doesn't respond to what we want. It responds to who we are, moment to moment. That's why awareness is everything. When you tune into the quantum field, when you shift from autopilot to intention, when you release the old stories and make space for the new, you awaken. You remember who you truly are, not just a name, not just a body, but consciousness in motion, energy and form, a bridge between the seen and the unseen. And from this place, you don't need to force life. You learn to flow with it. You don't chase validation. You live from truth. You no longer try to control everything. You trust the process. Even when it's uncertain, letting go becomes a strength. Presence becomes your power, and creation becomes your birthright. This isn't just philosophy, this is your reality, if you choose to claim it. So breathe, feel, align. Let each moment be a doorway. Let each breath return you to now. And remember, the life you dream of isn't outside of you. It's already within you, waiting to be remembered, felt, and lived. You are the key. You always have been. Welcome to the deeper world, beneath reality.